long?
That was my longest relationship, 8 years.
8 years, okay. Why do you call him a sperm donor?
Because he does not deserve the title to be my children's father, my baby daddy, nothing of that nature. That is a sperm donor, and that is it.
Does he pay child support?
No.
Is he in the children's life?
Yeah, definitely, yes.
He's in their life?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. Yes and no. He's there, but he's not there, if that makes sense.
Huh. Like, how often does he see the kids?
All the time, definitely.
Oh.
But,
He's there, but he's
it's
not
just
there.
because, like, say when they go with their grandmother, he's in the back house while they're in the front house. So, you know, and he doesn't. Yeah.
So
Wait,
it's
do you
more like
guys-
they're going to visit with the family, his
Yeah,
family, more than him.
Do you guys have a custody arrangement, like through the court?
Yes, I'm actually going through a custody battle now. So,
Okay. And who brought it to the court, him or you?
me.
You, okay. And so are you seeking full custody?
Yes, so
Sole custody, okay. Is there a difference between full custody
I
and
think that's the same,
sole? It's
right?
probably the same.
Yeah, and then there's something that's called custodial parent. I'm like,
I don't
I
know
don't,
about any of that.
I keep forgetting to look that up because I'm like the custodial parent. I don't know if that means they live with us more than the other parent.
I know there's
what?
primary and I don't know. It's confusing.
Yeah, there's so many terms.
What, and what's the nature of the relationship between the two of you? I mean, you guys were together for 8 years. Was the relationship acrimonious or contentious?
It's very volatile. Like, we were close friends. We were best friends, actually, for like a year or two before we finally hooked up. Even to this day, we could talk to each other like we're perfectly cool and friends and all that, and it doesn't look like there's beef. And then the next second, boom, we're arguing at each other's necks. Yeah, I don't know if they mentioned, but crazy thing is, like, we went to jail over an argument behind Game of Thrones.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'm all of a sudden very intrigued by this.
Where were you
What?
guys when I was married? We would have been like the neighbors. Like,
Okay, it's not about you, Desiree. All right, so back to this. So what was the argument?
We were arguing about love. It was about the twins, Jamie and Cersei Lannister.
Yeah?
And I was just saying that is so wrong, incest and blah, 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 and it's like twins and all that. But and he's like, no, it doesn't matter. Love is love. And I was like,
sounds like he has some unresolved family trauma there.
Yeah, you said in your pre-show notes, went to jail over an argument about, you both went to jail?
yes. The thing that makes me so upset, and this is why I'll never call the police even if I get stabbed and I'm dying on the street. I called the police, and I ended up going to jail as well with him.
You called the police?
Yes.
Was he all fucked up?
No, we had just woken up. We literally just woke up in the morning. We put on the show. We started watching it.
Yeah?
And then, yeah, by 11 a.m., 12 or noon, like, we were fighting each other up and down the hallways. Like,
Webster calls this a toxic relationship.
it was very, very, very
There you
toxic
go.
and codependent.
So it was just about, how long ago was this? Like, was this before Game of Thrones ended?
Yes. Way before. It was way before.
Because, yeah, you
Game of
guys were
Thrones
together for
ended.
8 years. Wait, so how soon into the relationship did the fight go down?
This is like a year later into the relationship.
So 1 year in. Damn, 1 year in, you guys are already like squabbling about Game of Thrones. I mean, look, Game of Thrones, I'm a fan of Game of Thrones. Very sensitive subject for me. You know, I can understand why someone would get heated over this topic. So it was probably like season, do you know what season it was?
No.
What year was this? What year was it? I know what season it will be.
It's like the first episode.
Yeah,
It's when the kid gets pushed out the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How dare you spoil the first episode?
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
10 years ago? No, it's fine.
Hashtag spoilers.
Yeah, so spoilers.
No, it's fine. So what year, do you know what year it was?
I want to say 2016 or 17.
2016 or 17. Okay.
So it was one of the earlier seasons. I know that.
Yeah. Damn. So he was arguing incest, fine.
Yeah, love is love and all that.
Love
whatnot.
is love.
That was his argument. It doesn't, and I was just like, no.
That's a crazy thing
There-
to have like heated argument about. I mean, but the
I
thing is,
know.
like, what do you have you seen House of the Dragon?
No, I haven't.
You haven't been keeping up.
No, I haven't.
So, I mean, there is an argument to be made in the Game of Thrones universe, in the Song of Ice and Fire universe, at least for Targaryens. They get a pass when it comes to the incest because they got to keep the bloodline pure.
Right.
Cersei and Jaime being Lannisters and not being dragon riders. And, you know, the dragons have been dead for a very long time. There's not really a compelling argument to be made for incest in the age of, you know, when the Game of Thrones was happening. House of the Dragon, that's a different discussion. There's still dragons, there's dragon riders. You got to keep the blood pure for the Targaryens. I think you were in the right in the argument.
I believe so as well.
I have to back you on this one. Andrew, do you have thoughts on this
Where's the
incest?
No, I'm not. I don't know anything about Game of Thrones, man.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nothing.
So that's pretty crazy though.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. And they like try to murder the kid over to keep their incest private. So
Yeah, no.
well, there's other concerns, but anyways, okay. And then you said he's also gay.
I think he is, or he's bi, maybe.
Oh.
I don't know. I think he's an asexual, bisexual, or maybe he's just gay for pay. I'm not sure.
Gay for pay.
Yeah. Because there's a few moments where I kind of caught him, like, you know. Oh, sorry. There's a few moments where I kind of caught him, I guess, trying to, like, I don't know how to say it, escort himself or something like that.
Solicit?
Yes, there you go. Solicit. And then I heard rumors as well from the streets because we're both from Altadena. And so everybody, it's kind of a small city, so we kind of know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody kind of knows everyone. And yeah, there's also times where he's also asked me to excuse the room because I guess he also does it on his Oculus in the VR chat rooms and stuff. So yeah.
Damn.
I guess once we broke up, he just went all out, full balls to the walls. Crazy.
Wait, you said he was asexual?
That's
with
what
you?
he claims to be. That's what he says he is. He's asexual. He doesn't really like people touching him. He doesn't like physical contact. Like, it's kind of sad, but yeah, he has his own demons and issues.
And so you caught him trying to prostitute and tricking men into thinking he's a woman?
Yes, because he does play that. He
Does
has
he
a really
look like
light voice.
Does he look like a woman?
I don't think he does, but he does. He does switch, and he's kind of. And it's a lot of people do mistake him as a woman because he has a light voice, a really light voice.
Yeah. Huh. But I mean, he got you pregnant twice, so I mean, you guys
I know.
were having some sex,
Yes.
right?
No, throughout the relationship,
Yeah,
yes. But I was
there's
always
sex.
the 9 times out of
Ish.
10, I was the initiator.
Oh,
So
damn, that's tough. Okay, what about you?
Current relationship status, I would call it a situationship, and longest relationship, 20 years.
Currently, and you have children, is that
Two,
correct?
yes. Two.
So you're currently in a situationship. You said your longest is how long?
20 years.
20 years. The children are from the 20-year relationship?
Yes.
Okay, situationship is stepfather?
Father
Oh, 20-year relationship
is the situation.
is the situation. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Were you guys ever married?
Yes.
Are you?
That would be the situationship currently.
So you're married. Are you getting a divorce or?
I'm not going to say any more about that part.
Oh, okay. So it is a situationship, though. So, are you dating other people or?
It's open.
Oh, you're in an open marriage, relationship.
Yeah, that's why
Complicated.
I
We used to
say
call
it's,
it.
that's why I say it's a
complicated.
situationship
It's
that
complicated.
it's not going to be elaborated on.
Who wanted to open it up, you or him?
Both.
Both. All right. Archduke Franz Ferdinand. You can introduce yourself. It's, if you want to.
I'm Anissa. I have a boyfriend.
Okay, good. There you go. That's Anissa. She's joining the team, guys. So W's in the chat for Anissa. We need Wanissa's in the chat. Wanissa's in the chat. W Anissa. Okay, cool. So, Andrew, what about you? How you doing? Still married?
Still married.
Are we gonna get a Rachel cameo, Andrew?
Don't know yet.
We got
Have to see.
We need.
She's out and about doing stuff at the moment.
Okay, we gotta get into a Rachel cameo. Desiree, if you can scoot to the table just a tad. So,
I'm not sure if Desiree deserves to be graced with the presence of
Definitely
one
not.
such as
Definitely not.
Rachel, to be honest with you.
Definitely not.
So let's see here. Where do I'm going to get into some of the pre-show notes here, and let's see. Vivian. Why don't we start with Vivian? Pre-show notes. You said dating topics.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh my God,
I'm sorry.
Okay. All
Because
right.
I don't want to start a long conversation. I'm gonna have to.
Okay. Sounds good. Have fun. Good luck. Good luck in there. All right. Just gotta go to the bathroom. Let me read some chats though while we do that. We had whatever fan Miss Italy just needs to forget about it.
What? She doesn't even speak English.
So she's not Italian American, so she's not gonna
know those.
It's
quote
like,
I'm
colloquialisms?
Italian.
Yeah, she's Italian. So forget about it is like an Italian American kind of
Oh, kind of thing. More-
kind of.
It just means like get out there, have fun. You'll be
Oh,
fine.
yeah. That's
What?
for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
What?
There's other fish in the sea type thing.
Okay. Whatever fan, thank you for the message. Really appreciate it. Let's see here. Why don't we get into some of your stuff? So Jade, you said you have a crazy story of dating a criminal / abuser, but your date's
bisexual.
You're what?
/ bisexual.
/ bisexual. Okay. But your dates so far have been respectful.
The most recent one, yes.
Wait. So wait, was this the guy who you were dating for 2 years?
The most recent, no.
Who's the
the-
criminal abuser? The 2-year guy?
My ex-boyfriend, the only boyfriend I've had, yeah.
So the guy you dated for 2 years?
Yeah,
Okay.
And
that
then I
was
had a
2
date-
years ago.
yeah.
Okay. What kind of crime? Like,
I can't say the word on YouTube, apparently.
oh, it was a violent crime.
No.
SA?
Involving
Uh,
not adults.
Okay,
Oh.
that's a yikes. That's a yikes. Okay. Let's see. You said you have a bizarre dating story. You dated the bisexual homeless man who ended up being a criminal, and you living a double life with another woman.
Yes.
He ended up owing you $15,000 and going to jail.
Yes.
So we won't talk about the jail part, but we will. We can talk about how did he end up owing you $15,000.
So I met him when he was somewhat homeless. So he was a truck driver that lived out of his truck, and he would guilt me into giving him money. And, you know, I was young. It was my first boyfriend, and that kind of ties into the whole detransition thing. Like, I've never had a boyfriend before. I didn't know how dating worked or boyfriends. So I was just naive and vulnerable, and I just didn't know how it worked. So I believed him. Whenever he needed money, I would give him money. And he ended up switching jobs, so he moved to a different state. And in that state, he somehow got a girlfriend within 2 weeks and moved in with her and was living a double life with her for several months without me knowing.
Word?
But I'm just curious though, if I can kind of follow up here. Why is it that you think he owes you money though?
Because he would lie to me about where the money was going. He had money when he switched jobs, so the girlfriend that he had was providing him money for everything. And he would tell me, I'm on the streets, I'm going to be on the streets, give me money. But really, it was going to the girlfriend and even a car. So
Did he ever say that he was going to pay you this money back?
Yes,
Was
he-
that like an agreement?
yes.
Okay.
So he would spend the money, first boyfriend, ever. You were giving him money, he would spend it on another woman.
Yes.
It's a cold world we live
He
in.
would travel with her,
Cold world we live in.
take her on dates. I never got a date.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So he's using you. Wait, was this during? Wait,
This was
were you like, had you detransitioned at this point?
when I met him. I detransitioned. So
Like, well, I mean, how soon?
about a month after meeting him.
Okay, so when you guys started the relationship, were you acting as though it was a same-sex relationship?
I mean, yeah, but that's delusional. It was not a same-sex relationship.
Well, I'm not because,
No,
because
yeah,
this is
yeah.
hard. This is really hard to phrase, right? But I think you understand what I'm talking
Yeah, I
about.
understand.
Were you guys acting as though it was though?
He wasn't. He would.
He
Just,
wasn't?
No, he would just treat me like a woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I was going to say, because, I mean, the story you told sounds like some shit that men go through all the time, right? Not usually women.
Yeah.
It's like it's actually getting really common. The same thing happened to me, essentially. It's like these
I'm
converse
sure
guys.
it did, Desiree. It's not your turn, Desiree. Let us finish our conversation with her, Desiree. So, anyway. By the way, that's 10, Desiree. That's 10. But anyway, so I was just curious if we could follow up. Does this guy have any intention of paying you back, or?
I don't know. He's in prison.
Oh. Before he went, did he have any intention of paying you back?
Apparently, he was trying to. Well, his girlfriend was,
Oh.
but
Okay.
I don't care anymore. It wasn't about the money. I just genuinely loved him, and I would have done that for anybody that I loved if they were in that situation. It's just the disrespect and the lying, and obviously giving my money to another woman. It's not about the money.
No, got it. No, I think anybody would feel like they were made to be a fool if you were giving them cash and they were, had like a secret double life, right?
Yeah.
Were we gonna ask you when you left about your
Oh.
dating? Do you want about your dating? Weren't we gonna ask you a question?
I don't remember.
Oh, it was. I think he was going to read the notes about her
Yeah, it was
and then
about-
just start the conversation.
Okay. Well, do you want to talk about it?
Oh, well, I had like. Sorry. I had like. So I thought last time I was on, I was intending to talk with Andrew, but he happened to
Yeah.
not be there on vacation or something. So I was actually wanting to. I had a host disagreement about abortion.
Okay. You can ask him about it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I could just lay down my argument, which is so I don't believe that. So life is, in my opinion, does not start at conception. Life, sperm is alive, eggs are alive. So you need life to create life, except when the world started. But anyways, so. My thing is viability. I think you should be. It should be legal, as long as the baby needs to be in the stomach to survive. Because I believe that's an attachment of you. Because anything that you do to your body, if you drink coffee, if you smoke, that is going to affect the thing that's growing inside of you. And you cannot have your own. If you're pregnant, you have to really watch. You could have an herbal tea. There are herbs that will induce an abortion, and so to say that that's murder, to me, is not correct. And then I also have a point about IVF, and I don't think that the second.
Yeah, can we, if you
Yeah.
don't mind, can we stick to
Yeah.
one point at a time?
Yeah.
So can I ask a couple clarifying questions, if you don't mind?
I don't mind.
So, okay, great. So the first question I have is, you said as long as the baby's in the stomach. then it's not murder. Is that correct?
Viable. So as long as it cannot be delivered and stay alive.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
And so your ultimate dispute is life. You say that life begins, outside of conception. What about human life? When does that begin?
So human life, I think when you're born, you are considered legally a human being. It's a human embryo. I think or a human. You could say.
Well, that can't be true, right? Because otherwise, you wouldn't say that the woman has to keep the baby in her stomach for as long as it's viable.
I don't care about the semantics. It is a human.
Hang on, my turn. You're making the affirmative claim that this is a human life. It must be if it's viable, right?
Oh well, sorry. There's a car. What?
Okay, so what does viable mean? That's a human, right?
Viable means it's able to survive outside of the womb, so it can be.
And it's a
delivered.
human? Is that a human being?
It's the human species, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's a human being. So when does it become a human being?
When it's born, I think that it's
Yeah,
murder.
that doesn't make any sense. Do you hang on? You understand that makes no sense. If you say that it's viable in the womb and it's a human being, it can't also only be a human being when it's born.
No, it's of the human species. I'm saying you have the right to. You have bodily autonomy, and you
don't
have
have
to.
bodily
You have
autonomy.
to. Okay, just give me a sec. You have to specifically not kill it. You have to specifically not kill it because if you are just going about your daily life, you could be pregnant and you don't know it, and you drink alcohol, and then you're responsible. If that's murder, if you're responsible for your DNA that you had sex and you're pregnant, you have an egg that's fertilized, you have to
Okay, hang
specifically
on. You got to
not
reel it in
kill
because you're all over the place. You're super all over the place. So let's start with
Maybe you
this.
don't understand.
Okay, the idea that you could be pregnant and not even know, but nobody would call that murder, right? Murder is the unjustified taking of a life. In that particular case, if you have no knowledge that your action is going to take a life, nobody would ever call that murder.
It would be
Who would
manslaughter. if
Nobody
that's
would
murder.
ever call that murder.
If it's a life,
Let me
yeah.
finish point, please. So, for instance, if I was on top of a building and I was working, I was a construction worker, and I had my hammer next to me, and I kicked the hammer off the roof, and then it fell down, hit somebody in the head, and it killed them. I obviously didn't know they were underneath the hammer when I kicked the hammer off the roof. So since that is true, I would not get charged with murder because that would not be murder, right? That would not be considered murder.
It would be considered that's a person that died, and I don't think that if you don't take care of yourself and your baby dies in your stomach from not taking care of yourself, I think you have to extend that logic if you're going to say that it's a life and that abortion is murder. I think you have to extend that
Yeah,
to...
but maybe you do, but I still don't actually understand your position because you said that it's only a human life when it's born.
I did not
But
say
then
that. I said it's...
Okay, so when is it a human life?
It's always it's a human, so if it's infringing, it's always a human life. It's of the human
It's
species.
okay, got it.
That's
It's always a human
DNA.
life. So then if that's true, then when I say life begins at conception, I'm correct, right?
No, I wouldn't agree. It's life
What?
before that. It's life before that. The things that create
No,
the
it's not
fertilized
human
egg
life
are
before
are
that.
live.
It's not human life
DNA.
before that.
It's
How
the two
is
parts.
it human life before that?
So the two parts converge, the sperm and the egg,
that's what
that
makes it a
contain the
human,
DNA
yeah.
of a human.
Yeah, that's what makes it a human. So human life begins at conception. The value part is the human part, right? I don't value the not human part, just like I don't value, for instance, fish. I don't care about fish, right? If you go out with an Uzi to a pond and you just waste 1 million fish with I don't give a shit, right? I have no value for it whatsoever, but it's still a fish, right? It's still a fish's life. So when we're talking about human life begins at conception. Do you disagree or agree with that?
I disagree.
Okay, so what makes it a human life?
Well, it's a human life because it contains human DNA. It's made of human DNA. So sperm and eggs, which is what a baby is made of, which everyone's made of human DNA. That's human. That's the materials, the sexual materials to create life, and
if somebody took a machete and cut off your arm would definitely have human DNA. Would it be alive?
Yeah, you can not. No.
No, it wouldn't. So it just having human DNA has nothing to do with it being alive.
Sperm and eggs are alive. That's a fact.
Alive in what sense?
They are living, just like bacteria. I mean, bacteria isn't considered alive, but it's not
bacteria. An arm would be alive if it was cut off of you? Wouldn't an arm
It's
that
not
was cut
dead.
off of you
It
also
moves on
be
its
alive
own.
by that same criteria?
It moves on its own. Sperm moves on its own. Eggs contain living
Arms can move on their own when they're cut off of you. Yes, they
I'm
absolutely
not talking
can.
about arms.
What's that?
I'm not talking about arms. We're talking about abortion.
No, you're not talking about arms. I'm testing your logic. I'm trying to explain to you this concept, right? That all these things that you keep on claiming make this life, I'm claiming are present in something you claim is not alive.
That's not
So I'm trying to figure out how it's actually alive.
Yeah. So I'll tell you the difference. The difference.
Okay.
The difference is actually an arm, you could say, is just as much of a person as a fertilized egg because it's human. It's not yet. It's
the DNA. It has complete
it's not
human
yet
DNA.
exact. Well, yes, and so does an arm. I mean, if that's your comparison, so it's actually a good comparison that you made in a sense.
I don't actually even understand your position. I'm trying to. So what makes a person alive? What makes a person alive? Let's start with that. What makes life? What is that?
So when you're alive, heartbeat is one thing, but I would say for personhood,
you can be alive with no
you
heart.
can be alive. Things can be alive, but they can be non-human or I can draw a distinction where personhood begins.
Well, I mean, scientifically, it's anything that's carbon derivative, right? Biological matter.
Yeah, I'm trying. Hang on, just one step at a time. Let me try to at least understand what the position is, because I'm still super confused as to what your position even is. So, as we kind of back up here, let's start with, what does alive mean? What does that mean?
So alive means moving on its own and basically moving on its own and being chemically made, having a genetic code that you're made of.
Okay, so being alive, the criteria is going to be moving on your own and having some kind of genetic material that you're made of.
I would go by the scientific definition, which I don't have memorized, but you could pull it up I would agree with the scientific definition if you want to pull it up. But not except for the part that disagrees with what I believe, which is...
So you wouldn't accept the part that disagrees with what you believe. You would just accept the part that agrees with what you believe?
The part that's specific to abortion, I don't agree with.
Yeah, doesn't the scientific definition define human life as beginning at conception?
You asked living, so I would say the scientific definition of life I agree with. So.
Yeah, well, I don't know what that is. Do you want me to pull that up?
I just gave some examples of what I believe life is in essence, and if you want a full thing, you can look up what the scientific definition is, and that's what I'll accept. That's what I'll use.
So have you guys heard the research?
Philosophical question.
Okay, so hang on. So what if the scientific definition says that human life begins at conception?
I would even say it begins before that. Is the latest research.
Hang on. Can I let her answer, Desiree? So what if science says human life begins at conception?
I don't agree with that part. I'm saying life in general, there's a scientific definition, which includes things like moving on your own, respiration. When you go down to like the very small microscopic levels, you have things that are moving on their own, eating things. They have genetic code. So those are some of the things. But it is a philosophical question. If you want me to define life.
Well, the only reason I'm asking you to kind of give me some sense of it, so I know what you're even talking about.
Yeah, I just gave you
so
a sense.
what we're quibbling over here is human life, right? That's what we're actually talking about. Is when does human life begin? You agree with me that a human being requires DNA from mother and dad in order to become a human, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if that's the case, then it would require the sperm and the egg to be fused before it's
Can I
human
add
life.
something?
Hang on. No, you can't. Can you just let us finish? So if that's the case, right, then it would require an egg and a sperm for it to be human life by your own criteria.
When, a fertilized embryo is a egg and a sperm combined, and they are both living separate of that. Or you could say that you could say that
talking about
eggs
human
aren't
life.
alive.
I just said, don't you think that the criteria for human life would require the DNA of both a mother and a father? You said yes. So if that's the case, then it would require the sperm and the egg together in order to create human life, correct?
Yeah, to have a person, yes.
Yeah, so then life begins at conception. Human life begins at conception, right?
I don't believe that it's fully baked because I consider a human life to be something that is autonomous
Well, I
and
don't understand.
conscious.
What criteria is it
Evolution.
missing?
We're about, if we
Evolutionary.
continue, we're probably going to lose
I don't
our
actually
entire
understand.
panel.
What's the
We're going to lose our
criteria?
entire panel. We are going to
Oh,
lose
okay.
our panel.
Okay.
Was it you who wanted to talk about abortion in the first hour of this
I
conversation?
did not choose that.
I had to step up. I don't know how that came up.
I don't control the conversation.
But I have no idea how it. What's going on back there? Can we figure this out, please?
I can add some of the latest scientific data. That's what I was trying to interject of what science is coming out with. Usually the
Can you guys let me?
mainstream
Can you guys let me know what's going on back there,
is a
please?
decade behind what the science finds.
Hello, producer. What's going on back there? Here, why don't you explain it on camera? Can you come explain it on camera? Nah, just go to that's not the right way.
Do you want to sit down?
Yeah, you can sit.
I just can't stay. I have to go. My friends just called, so
About what?
they just want me back at the apartment. Our roommates just are coming back, and I didn't know how long this was gonna be.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, I'm
Told
sorry.
you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I do have to go. So.
Is it
Thank
because of
you.
the nature of the conversation?
No, no.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that they had called. My phone was over there, so
So.
I went to
just,
go
just,
check it.
Just what's the reason for the leave?
they just told me that, like, it wasn't worth my time
Is there?
right now.
It's not worth your time.
Well, like, I didn't know it was 7 hours and I have homework and stuff because I have class in the morning, so.
At Santa Barbara City College,
Yes.
the
so I'm gonna
prestigious
go,
Santa
but
Barbara.
Thank you.
It's not okay. Peace out. Rage? Do we? Is that a rage quit? I don't know if it's a rage quit. If it's a coward.
It's a feminist quit for sure. 'cause
Definitely a
she's-
feminist quit.
She's valuing her education over.
How did we get to abortion?
Relationships.
So, not me.
The question
you
was
had
asked
asked
if there are
her-
any disagreements with the host.
I did not ask that.
Well, no.
No,
You
you
said
you
something
didn't ask
about
that.
a disagreement with
You
the
said
host
you
or
wanted to
something.
bring up my notes, so that's.
It is a good
that's
topic,
in
though.
my
I can
notes.
take it in
That's
a
the first thing in
scientific
my
direction
notes.
with the nucleotides.
I feel like what happened there was
And then
her
where's-
friends told her not to do it, like
Morgan,
influenced her
can you
not
just
to
take
be
her
here.
seat?
I think that's part
That's
of it.
okay.
Social pressures.
Females are extremely social creatures, much more than men.
I mean, it's stressful.
We're very influenced by social
hard
pressures.
conversations.
Yeah. All right, Desiree. Let's address the elephant in the room. How'd you address the essay on a happily married man and show up like nothing happened? Has any apology been issued? Can you address it? Oh, by the way, on the Discord, discord.gg/whatever, I'll just post the BTS of her two friends who rage quit earlier or did a abandonment, and then we'll also post, I guess, that one too, I guess. So, yeah, we'll post it on our Discord, discord.gg/whatever. I'll allow us to come back to this conversation later on, but typically we like to kind of edge into things a little bit before let's talk about abortion, you know? I know it's not your fault, but I'm fairly
Yeah, I
confident. I'm
understand.
fairly confident the panel abandonment is when you invite on an 18-year-old liberal girl and you start talking about abortion. It's not going to go very well. So, also we need to check on Anissa too. I don't know what's going on.
Did you
I
want me
was
to answer
surprised
the?
as well that
She's been up for a while. Okay, so Hillary Epstein.